Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the fourth episode of Compelled Cooperation takes on Chex Quest. Specifically, Ben takes on Chex Quest. And I am playing the Arboretum, which is the fourth out of 5 levels in the original Chex Quest. This is one of the upgrades to... There were a few... Whoops, I'm not paying attention. There were a few things that Charles Jacoby updated when he was going through and releasing everything as part of Chex Quest 3, and one of those was that ceiling, which is really nice. But for the most part, these levels are unchanged as they were in 1996, which is awesome, because I don't know, for me this entire thing is a giant nostalgia trip, because I played this I don't even know how many times. Because when you're young and you don't have a lot of games, you know, because you have to convince your parents to buy them, whatever, getting a game in the mail, not in the mail, in a cereal box, and being able to play it was like so ridiculously awesome. And I didn't care that it was advertising, it was just too cool, so I played a lot of it. And as we discussed before, it was Doom, so the gameplay was fantastic. So I got addicted to Doom as a small child, only instead of demons, it was boogers. There was not a giant controversy surrounding Chex Quest, unlike Doom. Mostly because of the violence and satanic imagery, which I don't believe the new Doom has much of the satanic imagery. Although there's plenty of violence, but it wouldn't be Doom without that. Although, technically this is Doom without the violence, so... Depending on whether or not you think flinging boogers at people is violence. Yeah, see here, these are nice windows that didn't exist before. Which I think this adds a lot to it, it looks really nice. Like I said, some minor facelifts. In general, it subscribes to the same theory that Doom did, which was, according to John Romero, the lead developer of Doom. I think he was the lead developer of Doom. I'm not sure exactly what his title was in ID Software, but he was very important. Anyway, he always said that if a player can see somewhere, a player should be able to go somewhere. Which I always thought was the coolest thing, because it meant that somewhere there is a secret, and you know that you can go out and find a way to, like, this courtyard or something. You don't need to worry about, did I hit all the places or not, because if you can see it and you haven't been there yet, you know that you haven't had it. Obviously, the original Dooms and whatnot didn't have the little thing in the corner that says Secrets 3 out of 3, but that is an advantage of the modern era. If you hear that, and there's a reason why I'm being quiet, that always used to, like, creep me out when I was a kid. Like, not scare me, but, like, I really didn't like those enemies, because I grew used to all the melee ones that were easy to manage. And all of a sudden there are these ones that can attack you from far away and stuff, so they scared me. Not scared me, but they are always something that I had to be extra careful of. And I didn't really like. There we go. Taken care of. Obviously, with the new level design, I can't get out there, because this was just a facelift update. Which is unfortunate, because it would be cool to kind of explore a little more. But the Arboretum was always an interesting level. There used to be a time where I knew exactly how to get out, and I could just, like, run in and run out immediately. Oh yes, supercharged breakfast. Yum. So I have 200 health and 200 armor. So how long is that gonna last? We shall see. But yeah, there was a time where I knew exactly how to get out super easy. And yeah, I don't have a map for this. Nor is a map even showing up for this. I think that's on purpose, to make it more difficult. You can hear all of the weird boogery noises that some of the guys make as they're walking around. Very much a conversion to a kid's game. Speaking of the conversion, so some of the stuff as I mentioned in a previous episode, was converted over. There's the thing to leave. I haven't found all the goodies yet, though. Some of the stuff was converted over directly, but others of the stuff was not converted over directly and had the invisible enemies. However, there was stuff that was converted over that they didn't realize. Like, I think one of the developers went through and just replaced all the text strings just because he wasn't sure where they went, but he didn't want it to say, like, oh, yes, now you're going to the next level of hell for the little kids. So they replaced it with, like, good job. And others different stuff. So if you ever play through levels you weren't initially supposed to, this is the beginning again. If you ever play through the levels that you weren't really supposed to, you can occasionally, it'll just be like, good job, fantastic, great work, instead of advancing the plot with discussing how you're like going in a portal to hell to the different moon of Mars and stuff. Like I said, there wasn't much plot to the original games. There he is. Every time I think I found everything. I know there are still a few guys left to kill in the very last room. I'm just trying to get everything in this room. And I'm kind of struggling a little bit here because I realized that I lost where I was. And I actually had found the door to leave. And now I've forgotten where that door was. I think based on... Can I zoom in? Yes, I can zoom in. I think that little thing near the bottom... The little thing near the bottom is the door. Because there's like one surface that did register on the map. But Lord knows if I can find it now. I used to know my way around this maze. And it is a maze, not a labyrinth. Ah, there we go. Because a labyrinth only has one entrance and exit. As I learned. I will use the boot sport on this guy. And here's a preview of coming attractions. You see all of this orange? We're going to be going to the Caverns of Bezoik next. Bezoik is the planet we're on, apparently. And that is going to be lots of all that color. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to end this a little bit early and see how well I did. Because the next episode is probably going to be a bit longer because it is the last one of the original, oh yes, 100% hardcore completionist right here. Yeah, this is not a speed run. So we're going to go to the Caverns of Bezoik next to rescue the guys covered in phlegm and become a true hero and earn our lattice. Or whatever you want to call it, the Chex guy is wearing. If you like the single player stuff I've been playing through, let us know in the comments section. That way we can do more of that, and I'll see you in the next episode.